Earlier tonight, during the State of the Union address, the president announced a second meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. It'll be in Vietnam. Let's take a look.
As part of a bold new diplomacy, we continue our historic push for peace on the Korean Peninsula. Our hostages have come home. Nuclear testing has stopped, and there has not been a missile launch in more than 15 months. If I had not been elected President of the United States, we would right now, in my opinion, be in a major war with North Korea. Much work remains to be done, but my relationship with Kim Jong-un is a good one. Chairman Kim and I will meet again on February 27th and 28th in Vietnam.
Joining us now with more, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. I was at the first summit in Singapore.
Right.
15 months, no rockets fired. The remains of Americans from the 50s have returned. Hostages have been returned. The president has given nothing. And we are talking about the denuclearization of the entire Korean peninsula.
Right.
Sounds pretty promising to me and hopeful.
Well, to those people who are criticizing the president, how well did you do with Rocket Man? So, yeah, I'm very hopeful that one meeting, this new meeting, will lead to a breakthrough.
All right. Overall perception.
Question is, why is he meeting with Trump and he didn't meet with anybody else?
Interesting. Maybe he believes that he's serious.
Let me tell you why. I think he's scared.
Go on.
Well, okay, if you want to get this guy's attention, he's not like Iran. Iran's on a religious mission. You know, if they ever get nukes, they'll use them. This guy is trying to have an insurance policy to keep the mafia state going. But if Trump gives him an alternative between life without nuclear weapons that is safe and secure, he'll take it if the other alternative is to lose your life.
The thing that stood out the most, more than anything, that I'm so happy about...
Why do you think the Taliban are at the table?
It's a great point.
I know why they're at the table.
Tell us why.
I've been going there.
You ask your own questions.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I like interviewing me. I've been there 52 times. Why are they talking with us now? Because when the first day he got in office, he told the military to kick their ass. We've been killing these guys by the thousands. We've been breaking their back. And Pakistan, for the very first time in a decade, is beginning to help us on their side of the border because Trump has really unleashed the military. They're at the table now because of the change in the rules of engagement after Obama left, Trump came in, and they're at the table. And we may be able to win this in this war if Pakistan will help us. And I predict that the Prime Minister of Pakistan and President Trump are going to get along very well.
Al-Qaeda, Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, North Korea, China were making progress. New trade deal.
Why has the caliphate been destroyed in about 18 months?
You ask another great question.
Because he unleashed the military.
Yes, he did.
See, Obama made it impossible to win. Trump has made it possible to win, and we're winning.
I believe you hit on something profound. As long as we'll stay on national security. That is, if they believe you that you will do it, that is all the difference.
Why are the Europeans now cracking down on the Iranians? Because Trump gave them a choice. You can help me rein in this Iranian regime, or you will not have access to our economy. Guess what? They picked our economy over the Ayatollah.
So add all of this foreign policy success. And I know you talk to the president a lot.
They're safer.
You disagree with him at times, but you make your case. You told me that you have persuaded him on issues.
Unlike Obama, he will adjust his policies where it makes sense. He has unleashed the military on our enemies. Is paying dividends. He has gotten out of a bad deal, and I think he would replace it with a better deal. We're more respected. We're safer today than we were 2 years ago, and it's because of this president.
Let me go to the economy. So impressive. In 2016, for me, the election was about the forgotten men and women. I actually bought the original painting of this guy, John McNaughton.
Right.
Forgotten men and women in this country. Though the 13 million Americans extra Americans on food stamps, 8 million more in poverty, worst recovery since the 40s, lowest homeownership rate 51 years, the debt, more debt than 43 presidents combined, lowest labor participation rate. 5.3 million new jobs since he's elected.
So how did all that happen, Sean?
Well, I can tell you, because conservative economic policies, free market capitalism, limited bureaucracy, less government intervention, incentivizing business to invest in factories, manufacturing centers. It worked for Reagan, it worked for Kennedy, and it's working for Trump.
He took everything
Bush.
Obama did to suppress economic growth and replaced it with pro-growth policies. He took all the fighting with the one hand tied behind your back approach to the war on terror and unleashed the military. Everything Obama did, this guy's doing opposite, and it's working.
Lindsey, Senator, excuse me. I've known you a long time.
Remember when Kavanaugh walked down?
Oh, yeah. Listen, I think you had a career moment that saved that nomination, and thank you for doing that.
How many times have you heard a president say at the State of the Union what the Virginia governor said was un-American?
Wow.
So, okay, Kavanaugh walks down, you got more money in your pocket, your country is stronger than ever, we're going to win. And when you say we're not a socialist country, they couldn't stand up.
Only Chuck and Nancy did because they didn't know what to do.
The road to the nomination for the Democratic Party runs through Venezuela.
All right, you had to prepare that and think about that all day. I want to go to immigration, and I was asking Senator Cruz, your colleague, moments ago. Look, it looks like the president's going to have to go alone. Here's my fear, and you addressed it this week.
Yeah.
There might be a number of your colleagues. I cannot support them. There's too many drugs, too much death, too many assaults, too many angel moms and dads that I've met in my life. Will these Republicans step up and support securing our border for the safety, security, it's life and death for the American people?
Here's the question I would ask any Republican senator or member of the House. Do you disagree with what the president said about the state of the border? Do you disagree with the drug analysis? Do you disagree with the human trafficking problem? Do you disagree with the threats coming through the border? If you agree with him, then have the courage to do something about it.
Will your Republican colleagues do what is right?
They will if people like you remind them.
Oh, I'm reminding you. I'm going to put pictures up.
That will help. So I love all of my colleagues, but this president, if he gets $1 for the wall from Nancy, he's got to do it himself. Now, after this speech, do you have any doubt that he will do it if he has to alone?
I've known him for 20-some-odd years. I know.
So to my Republican friends, get on the train.
I said 99.999% that he...
After tonight, it's 102.
Yeah.
So if you're the president, how do you not secure the border after that speech?
He's tenacious, he's unrelenting, and I know you've become a good friend of his. Senator, good to be. Thank you for stopping by. I know you ran over. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's right. Thank God.